welcome back everybody. We're here. We're in tracks again. Oh my god. Okay, so we've had a tumultuous time trying to get this stuff together. And man, look, it's nighttime and it looks amazing. Like really super cute. It's all kind of lit up, very pretty. Oh man. Oh, it looks so much better, doesn't it? Like, you know, you can't really see kind of like all the problems that are going on in this place. So part of the problems that are going on are we lost the save that had the farms built, and so I quickly threw together like a cheeky little farm area. It's not kind of perfect, but it's kind of roughly sort of what we had, just to be sort of in the background. And you know, we just threw down some like hedges and stuff. Also, we had like the whole computer died that I was recording this on, and it's been a nightmare. Just an absolute pain in the ass. So I lost all the audio for this, and so I'm kind of trying. I'm now just sitting and watching myself play the game and seeing how that works out instead. And so I think there's gonna be a lot of, you know, this is gonna be an interesting one. We're gonna get to like critique my own playing, and see sort of how that works. So what I was doing here was I wanted to basically build some tunnels. Some people were talking about they wanted to see more tunnels, and you know what? I agree with those people. More tunnels is more good. That's what Grandmama always used to say. That's a lie. Grandmama, she didn't give a shit about tunnels. And so we're going to be using these kind of like these sort of like big blocks, and I think it's going to work out pretty well. Maybe. I don't know. Well, I should know. I'm the one that was doing this. So yeah, we kind of I wanted to build like a big sort of like mining town was the idea, like an industrial area, because we've got like the main city, we've got the farmland, and we have like we're kind of putting together like a sort of like mining area, and that involves placing a lot of these blocks. Man, like so many of these blocks. I'm getting like already like flashbacks to how many of these that we actually had to place. There's a lot of them are coming in. So we're doing more of this kind of like super just like uncut type thing, which, you know what, I'm kind of into. It's pretty easy going. I feel like you guys are sort of getting into it as well. Maybe, you know, let me know if you're not. As yeah, right now, you know, I'm pretty good at paying attention. Oh man, that block is like too high. Holy shit! Like I say, I'm pretty good at paying attention and instantly get distracted. So, yeah, you know, I'm into like having some feedback. You know, people wanted like longer Warhammer videos, and bam, you got your longer Warhammer videos. If you want more tracks, there'll probably be more tracks. Although, if we ever do more tracks, we're going to have to start a whole new save, because like the entire save is gone, which I'm super salty about. Not like super salty, like none of this stuff took too long. We've only been on this for like a couple of hours, and that's like pretty easy going. But like I've not been able to go through and check to see like which games have had like cloud saves on them, as it's real hit and miss, like what stuff cloud saves, what stuff doesn't. And I really hope that, like, there's some things that I really wish, like, or I'm like really hoping that I haven't lost. Like I'm not sure if like the city Skyline City is still alive. I might have it. Maybe that got cloud saved. Who knows? So I guess we'll never get that thing that some people were after being built. But that'll be fine, you know. Maybe it was going to get built, maybe not. And also maybe the Warhammer save, the stupid Elf Wars, that might be dead as well. Ugh, what a pain in the ass. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Well, like, you know, it was kind of grinding a bit anyway. So it looks like we wanted to build some kind of platform down here in the tunnel. I completely forgot about this whole area. But man, the little lights, the platform underground. It's kind of cool. Were we gonna put like a fairy tree in there? Oh no, I think we've just remembered that corkscrews are a thing, and that we're gonna build a corkscrew because I kind of wanted to come in quite high into this place. Ooh, okay, man, getting rid of like all the ramps. That's fine. Everything's fine. Oh. Sure. Wow, I just had like a little like pop-up thing. But that's okay. Oh yeah, placing these spiral guys, bit of a ball ache, not gonna lie. They're kind of hard work. Like, I really like tracks, but man, some of like the prop placement thing could really, it feels like it could really be like refined a little bit. But that's okay. So today, in other like more exciting news, I had like a little model train set turn up in the office because I think I'm gonna like over the Christmas period I'm gonna try and build like an actual model train set. I think it's gonna be fun, and put some like little buildings around it, and you know, maybe I'll just do like a big sort of like long thing. But yeah, this train set is absolutely tiny, and I'm very excited. We were like firing it up today, and yeah, I think it'll be good. So if you guys are hot for like a little bit of like modeling stuff, bam, maybe you'll get to see some. I was kind of thinking of like maybe doing some like Warhammer as well, like a little like painting video or building video. I don't know, like something along those lines. Just because seeing as on the games night we've started doing some Warhammer bits, and like man, my army is not painted at all. It's like barely even built. And so yeah, it was like, you know, maybe I should build some of this stuff, get it all together, and then we can actually you know, start playing some proper games. You know, teach these guys what they should be doing. And yeah, so it was like maybe I should do like a little Warhammer build thing, because I'm building like a sort of like Warhammer tank army. As man, tanks are cool, right? And not many other people have like vehicles, or a lot of vehicles in armies. Maybe some of them do. I don't know. I think Duncan's got some and Lewis has got some. Who knows? We'll find out. At some point, everyone will find out. It'll be great. But yeah. So if you think that'd be cool, man. Once again, just let me know. Just talk to me. Just let me know things. You know how you feel about stuff. What's going on? Because I'm kind of thinking of like trying, like over the next kind of like month or so, 2 months. I want to like try and mix things up a bit. Try out some other things. Like I've been already kind of like experimenting around, trying to do like more indie games. You know, might take a bit of a break from doing like Warhammer stuff, like the Warhammer Total War, and do something else instead of that. Maybe like a historical thing. But I think doing kind of like more like short series, because kind of like one of the things sort of you got to think about is like, you know, the views. And it's not all about the views, but the views are the things that like, you know, kind of pay the bills, and sort of need to make sure that kind of works. Otherwise, if I can't pay any bills, then my God, then I won't be making any videos. And yeah, so wanna try out like some other things, like building a little model train set. Not that I think that's going to be a view heavy video by any means, but I think that'll definitely be a fun thing to do. And it'll be a lot like tracks. Like for some reason, I've got this like really super into trains at the moment. Like I've always quite liked kind of train games, but man, really feeling the train loving right now. And so yeah, building that like a little model town. Build some actual Warhammer. Try and do some other bits, like have a couple of other series ideas that I want to do, but I think like doing like shorter series is probably better. Like you get like a real sort of like view entropy coming up when you do like a longer running thing. Like imagine you probably like lose about maybe like sort of 5 to 10% of your viewers on each video, give or take, something around that sort of thing. And so after a while, it just doesn't make sense to do anything like really long, as people generally like stop watching after a while. You know, a few like boring episodes. If each one isn't like super tight, then like it's natural. You will get bored, and there's so much like other like good stuff out there to watch that, you know, why stick around? And so I think like a bit of a shake up. Maybe some other things. So like, you know, Pow, if you've got any suggestions, super hit me up. I'm all about that kind of vibe. Yeah, I'm pretty open to it. Like, you know, had when I was talking about other games, who was it? Alamos suggested doing the block tower, and yeah, that was great. Really good. Really enjoyed it. It was a bit buggy, a bit awkward to play, but man, that was a cool game. That was definitely my kind of thing. And I think we've like had our fill with it. We've sort of like done everything that we need to. Oh no, look, we placed a block inside the train track. And placing terrain blocks. Do we do it? Do we do it first time? Yeah, we do. We're still kind of clipping into it there. Ugh. But yeah, it seems okay. So what we've been building, as I try and get my words out, is, oh no, oh we can place that, perfect, but we don't want a little hill. So we've been building like a big valley, and sort of the idea is, I wanted to make something a bit like a sort of Studio Ghibli movie. Like, did you ever see Laputa or Lapusha, whatever, however you say that, the Lapusha Castle in the Sky? Man, that was a great film. And there's like sort of like a mining town, which is like a big valley, and there's like train tracks running between either side. Yeah, I was like really into that as like a aesthetic, and so kind of wanted to make something a bit similar, and just have like, you know, just so it looks really different, because we've got like the cliff town, which is sort of like a big kind of like hill with stuff on it. Then there's like the farming area, and the farming area is all sort of pretty flat, pretty easy going. And so thought, just like, you know, I get bored quite quickly. I want to like mix things up, change things around. I think like I was kind of, when we were doing Planet Coaster, was running into that problem a little bit of having everything pirate themed. You kind of run out of pirate theme ideas. If I was going to do that again, I definitely want to kind of have much more like specific areas, like have it super designed, you know, have like a pirate zone, do a space zone, do things like that. Just because, you know, once you've built sort of like 5 or 6 pirate buildings, you're kind of fucking done with pirate buildings. Or at least I am. I kind of, you know, run out of steam a little bit. I think that's why I got like really enjoyed playing City Skylines. Like, man, I just love that game anyway. Oh, I could play it just for hours and hours. And doing just doing like all the dumb, like stupid, jokey, themed up areas. Not that they were that themed up, but you know, having lots of parts that look very, very different to each other. I think it holds my attention way, way more. And like, they don't have to be too big. They can just be like, you know, a dumb like little thing, like, you know, the sort of farm area, you know, the sort of Chinatown, and yeah, just like really got into it. I was kind of thinking of doing like another, like a really sneaky like little winter special, or maybe I might even do some Superchill City Skylines and do like a snow themed map, as you know, it's very snowy. I very recently was up in Sweden, and it was very snowy up there, and it really kind of gave me sort of like, you know, a bit of hype to play some cities and do some stuff in the snow, as we don't really get a lot of snow here. And so going up there, and being in like knee-deep snow, and it was snowing every single day. There were giant icicles. My God, it was just absolutely beautiful. And so it made me want to be, in charge of a little snowy town. Although it's like Sips did one years ago. He did like a snow place, and he called it Fargo, which like, man, I 100% would want to make Fargo as well, as like I just adore that film. And if you watch the TV show, man, 100%, it's like a suggestion I'll give you. Watch Fargo, the TV show. It is really, really good. It's really cool, really stylish. It's a lot of fun. It's like a little bit violent, not like super violent, but like a little bit violent. So if you're not super into like violence, people do die in it, but it's not like gory or that gory, I don't think. But really, really good. And man, so I think like I'm just gonna put it out there now. I'm 100% gonna copy Sips's thing and call it Fargo as well, just because that's like that's what I want to build. I want a little crime-soaked snow town in wherever it is. Where is Fargo? Like they've got that sort of north accent. You know what I mean? Like Minnesota, or is it Minnesota? Maybe. Oh man, I placed another wrong tile. What a noob. So here we are, just building more of these. We spent so long placing these terrain blocks. Like, how long have we been going? Like 20 minutes, and like, my God, that's a lot of terrain blocks. But it seems to be coming together. Just imagine if these were like, they look a bit like, I think the idea is they're supposed to be like kind of like cushions from a sofa, and you would need just to be in some kind of like crazy sofa empire to be able to build this thing if you're actually building this this little toy town. I think it'd be fun. Man, maybe I can get like a sponsorship from Brio to build a Brio set. I think that'd be fun. Although it might actually get in the way of building my little model town, which I do really want to do. I'm super down with that. But yeah, so bam, I might do sit and record some like Superchill city skylines. Just do like, I don't know, a couple of hours of it, build like a little thing. If anyone's got any like really cool maps that work really well with like snow stuff, send them over. Like I would be into that. Something like lots of valleys, I don't want like big open areas, just make a little kind of like mountain town. Something out of like Twin Peaks. Actually shit, maybe we'd call it that. Maybe we'd just like do, if there's a map with like 3 mountains, we'll do three peaks. That'd be good. That'd be a good name. And we can have like a little ski resort and stuff. Oh, I'm kind of like hyping myself up to play some cities now. Okay, like it's gonna happen. Like even if people are like, no, don't do it, don't play the city skylines. Like I'm gonna do it anyway. Like I just really want to play it now. And I've not really played that much with like the green expansion either. I've been kind of like trying to just like, well, not trying to, but I've just been taking like a bit of a break from it, as like not really had the time. Just with like just everything else in life going on. Oh no, look at this. Just the problems of placing tracks. But I think I have a feeling that we're going to be able to solve this problem. There we go. Look at us. What a bunch of pros. So it's kind of coming together. I think that sort of works. But yeah, so it's kind of like, so on the subject of doing like other videos, man. So this is just going to be a super ramble fest. I didn't really prepare anything. Just realized I need to get something recorded for the Superchill, and so sort of just like barreled in here and just like sat down and just started just waffling away. And man, I can really just talk about nothing for quite a while. But yeah, so like thinking about like other videos or video ideas that I might want to do, was kind of thinking of maybe doing a bit of a goofy, like, you know, my top games of the year awards type thing. Because like I never really do reviews. Like that isn't really my style of thing. I think like games and stuff are so like subjective that you can't. And like, you know, the kind of things that I like, I know a lot of other people don't like. So I never want to do like a proper review stuff. But I think just having like maybe a little list of just like number 5, this game, and just, you know, the things I've been playing, things that I've liked. Because usually, if I'm really into a game, I'll often record it, and like, you know, so you guys will have seen what's been going on, the games that I've been enjoying. But there's been a few games that I've been playing that I just kind of like play in my own time, and just play it for fun. Like often it's stuff that like would be really difficult to record. So like I think, you know, did that thing on Tokyo 42, and I think that kind of proved like there are some games that are like a fraction too intense to be able to talk, and like, you know, I unless I know a game super duper well or I'm very, very good at it, I just stop talking. Like I find it really difficult to like focus on two things at once. Like, you know, trying to maintain a conversation and play. Like some things. Yeah, like we used to play a lot of like Counter-Strike, and I remember like when I was like first playing Counter-Strike would be like so like focused and in the zone. And also like towards the end we were just playing like goofy Counter-Strike. But like we'd just sit, me and some friends, and we'd just be chatting the whole time, just chatting about just nonsense, you know. A friend of mine, he was really into his fucking science stuff, and so he'd just be telling us all about, I don't know, Dyson spheres or some kind of black hole, or I don't know, just nonsense. Or we'd just be chatting about movies or whatever. And just, you know, but we could still play at like quite a competitive level, just super goofing around, and not really. Like, when you get so good, does it even make sense? Like, or not when you get so good. When you know a game well enough, then you can just, like, you don't have to give it your, like, undivided attention. And so, like, there are some games, like Tokyo 42 was a bit too intense to be able to do that with. And so, like, that's why, I think, like, the video was okay, but it wasn't, like, superb. And, yeah, so, like, there are some of the games like that, that, you know, would probably make it into my sort of like super top list, but wouldn't like record normally. And so I think doing like that little list, I also was kind of thinking of doing like my worst games of the year as well. Like if we're going to do top games, why not do like my 5 most hated games? And I know that it's like people are going to get so super triggered by it, and it's just like not enjoy that at all. But I think it could be funny. I think there's like a few games in there that would be good, you know. And like, fuck, for the easy views, just say like, oh, Star Wars Battlefront 2, like, man, instantly everyone's gonna, you know, just jump on that big old clusterfuck. And, you know, you can't go too far wrong at that stage, can you? But no, I don't think I'd do that. I only played like a little bit of that, and yeah, it was fine. I was never going to buy it, so it's not really any skin off my nose. So yeah. So I might do those things. I was kind of thinking of doing like a proper like something not dissimilar to this, but like the sort of like the Superchill, but doing sort of like a big like channel talk about, like, you know, what's going on sort of thing, you know, because I think in the new year stuff, I am gonna have to like mix stuff up a bit and like move over and do more streaming, just because like the money these days like just isn't in YouTube. And like I know it's not all about like chasing money at all, but it is like, you know, a big constant like sort of concern trying to do this like full time, which is you know, it's a really like kind of like a really cool job, but you know, I'm a firm believer in this sort of like, you know, the capitalism free market type thing with this sort of stuff, and like, you know, that it needs to like, you know, it needs to make money, or like what's the point? That you know, you can't just do something like a, you know, this like is definitely like transcended beyond just doing it as like a hobby or doing it for fun. Like the time investment is like nuts to kind of like put stuff together. And so yeah, doing like a, man, I'm kind of like, this is like losing like all of my material for the sort of channel update thing, because yeah, it's been running for like a year now, which is nuts, like really crazy. And so I think doing that, oh my god, like I'm getting nervous just watching me remove track, because like I'm just gonna destroy stuff that's underneath it, and is really, really bad. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here. I guess I just didn't like the bridge. It looks fine. Like fine right now. I think it's sure. Whatever, Pass Tom. You crazy bastard. You get rid of that bridge. Oh, I think I wanted like more kind of like going along the walls rather than just like to and fro. Maybe. I'm not sure. Could be a thing. So yeah, bam. Channel update video. Some Superchill stuff. I've got like some other sort of Christmassy type video things planned. But yeah, just, you know, let me know what you guys are into, as otherwise is kind of, you know, I'll just keep playing like Napoleonic games and tracks and just go from there. Which might not be the end of the world. Oh, here we go. Look at this. What a pro. See, like I kind of actually like kind of coming back and like seeing this after the fact. Like it means that I'm not talking about the game as much, like, you know, because I just rambled on about like just nonsense for a bit. But you can kind of like, I kind of like judging now what I did in the past, and like I feel like it looks better now than I felt like it was at the time. I felt like that was often the case with like you know, painting Warhammer and stuff. Like I'd be painting toy soldiers, and you know, you're so close, like looking at this thing. You've been painting like one figure. Like if you're doing like something that's like very fancy, like you could be sat there for like fucking 6 hours painting a single like little toy soldier, and by the end you're like, you know, just losing your mind. You're just like, what the hell am I even doing? Like, does this look good anymore? And like before, I was like, okay, I'm gonna add like more paint to it, make it, you know, brighter or something. Generally, I'd make myself wait like a good, like, you know, 12 to 24 hours and come back the following day to like see it, because like when you come back to something and like you know, a fresh set of eyes, it like super duper helps. You know, it's very easy to get like too close to your work. And oh god, I remember this bit. Holy shit, placing this fucking spiral. Oh, this wasn't chill at all. This was the absolute worst. This was so frustrating. Man, tracks guys, your placement stuff, the more I have to deal with it, the more I hate it. Like, is really, really awkward. I understand, like, you know, putting stuff, like moving stuff around and placing it in like a 3D plane is complicated. Like, that's not an easy thing to like be able to control intuitively. Like I used to like sometimes run into that problem in Planet Coaster of like putting stuff on the side of buildings and things like that was just a bit awkward. And there's like, so like, it's one of the reasons why I haven't gone back to playing Planet Coaster again more recently, is just because there's so many like keys that you have to press to make stuff work. And yeah, just haven't gone back. I haven't gone back to it because of, I just need to like relearn that. and see sort of like how that goes. But yeah, so like, it was hard in that game, but there was like a lot of oh no, look at this mess. There we go. That's fine. Wow, okay, I'm pretty sure the little shake of the camera was me being like saying something very similar. I can kind of like read past Tom's like feelings right now, and I think there was frustration, and then just like, fuck it, everything is fine, it's fine, don't worry about it. Man, so I think we've just got like a few more terrain blocks to place, and then we get into like the actual like decorating, which is definitely the most fun part of this. Like super into the decorations. That's kind of where it's at. I think that's one of the reasons why like doing more cities would be fun. Like, man, like all the like little building like little fucking parks and stuff like that. Oh, it'd be so good. Oh yeah. Man, I just like realized like, if I've lost all like that, because this computer was formatted, like all of like the mods and stuff set up. And it took so long to get that really sketchy mod pack working. And every time like an update came out, it would just like ruin everything. It was such a pain. Ugh. So right now, like from like the distance, it looks like a giant heap of garbage. And I think that's what I'm checking here, like, how bad does Sofa Mountain look? But I think like, we're talking about, we can just like sort of like bevel the edges out, place some more things, and we just need like a facade on the front. Like, it doesn't need to look like an actual thing. We don't need to properly sculpt the whole area, just as long as like some of it looks, because it's all about like looking at it from the actual track's point of view. Like when you're actually zooming along, all I want is for it to like be cool when you're driving around the place. And I'm not super fussed if if it looks bad from like other angles. Like when you're like actually like placing stuff, it's okay for some bits to look a bit shonky, but when you're moving around, that's when it has to look good. That's sort of the dream. I think I've spoken about that before, maybe in like the last one. Or I'm kind of like confusing myself with what I spoke about in the the recording that got lost, or was I talking about this the other time? Like, we need to have like Superchill bingo. So I've already spoken about like, I want to do some more streaming. But I've mentioned Warhammer, painting toy soldiers. These are kind of like my go-to things. We've already spoken about role-playing. Maybe, like, how do you guys feel about role-playing videos? Maybe we should do some of those. Like, because we do some stuff for, like, games night. We do some stuff for, I've been, like, running the Yogs Quest stuff, but, like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be running the next Yogs Quest. I think they might want to get someone else to do it. And so, like, I might do some, like, role-playing here, or like, just talking about role playing. I don't know, because it's something that, a bit like, just so you guys know, I am like a massive nerd when it comes to this stuff. So paint toy soldiers, play computer games, and do role playing is kind of the big sort of multi combo of like nerddom, geekdom, whatever. But yeah, so I think like doing more like role playing stuff would be really cool. Just like goofy like little like one shot type things. Oh, are we like playing around with blocks? Okay, so I think we decide that we want to fill up the entire map with blocks now, or we're just enjoying the physics of them like exploding. Oh yeah, but then we need to like place like real stuff in here. Yeah, it's kind of working. But yeah, I think like doing some like role playing stuff would be fun. Like, because I'm a really big fan of like one shot type games where you just play for like a single session. So you're still going to be playing for 3-4 hours. So it chopped down into like 8, 9, 10 videos maybe. And oh man, I'm really like going to town on these blocks. Oh yeah, and you can't clip stuff into walls. Man, game creators, let it so you can clip stuff. Like, just have it so you can press a button and you're allowed to clip. Like, why wouldn't you? It's just like, oh man, you could design like much more like complicated and cooler things if you could like clip things together. Just saying. And yeah, so doing some like one-shot stuff. Like we did last Christmas, we did Everyone is John, and I think we might be doing another one of those this Christmas. And it, like, you know, it was great. I really enjoy that sort of stuff. You know, you don't have to worry too much about character development, or people don't need to be too, you know, have written their a really elaborate backstory of like, oh, I'm a Naris Starbeam, princess of a fallen kingdom, and my father, he has the plague, and my mother was taken by orcs, and I'm here to avenge. Like, yeah, fuck off. Like, I don't, like, I just don't care. I gotta say, you know, let's just get some like good proper fucking like role playing and some like, you know, funny scenes, some adventures, bam. And yeah, so I think like doing some of that stuff, maybe that'd be fun. Do you guys want to see some role playing, or like, you know, do a guide on how to role play, or a guide on how to get into non Dungeons and Dragons role playing? Because like everyone just fucking plays Dungeons and Dragons. That's a complete lie and just isn't true at all. But it's like, you know, it's the gateway into role playing. And like kind of like learning like a new game is like a massive, like such a like time investment and time sink. And if everyone's like just managed to get their heads around like learning D&D, moving away from it is like the hardest thing in the world. Just because like picking up a new role playing game isn't like picking up a computer game where you can just like, you know, fumble your way through, loosely get the tutorial. Like the game does most of the work. Like learning like a new system, requires so much effort. And this place is looking good. I really like the sort of like houses on the cliffside. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, just like the like little windows like lit up all around the place. We're doing good. Good job, Past Tom. Good job. Oh man, some like little gaps, but you know what? Not to worry about. This place isn't supposed to be like super pristine. It can be a little bit like wonky. Because it's meant to be like, you know, a more, you know, salt of the earth. Miners live here in the rustic town of I don't know. I can't even remember if we name it. So I'm reluctant to give it a name now. But like, you know, Valley Heights or something like that. It'll be fine. But I'm sure we could come up with a better name. Canyon Town. Maybe. We can't just we can't have like Farm Town, Canyon Town, Cliff Town. That's all a bit, it's a bit boring. But yeah, so man, doing some like role playing stuff, and I kind of like wanna like see if I can get some, because like me and I got like a group of friends that basically we used to play like a lot of like war games together, Warhammer or like Epic 40,000 and Epic Armageddon kind of thing. And then we just started like just playing role-playing games together instead. Like my previous group, we like finished like our big long campaign. Some people like had to move away, and so like started a new game with like some of these guys I just kind of knew from playing war games, and we played just like did role-playing together, like the same campaign for about 18 months, 2 years, and yeah, it was like really, really, really good. And now, like, you know, I hang out with those guys. Like, we're not role playing together at the moment. We've gone through like a few other campaigns, like since then, like kind of Call of Cthulhu, Star Wars. There's something else. I don't know what it was. No idea. Maybe did I do D&D with them? Who knows? But yeah, so I don't know. See if they want to come in and play some games and like you know move outside of like this sort of just the Yogscast crew who like you guys all know already, and like play with like the people that this I need to word this correctly, but play with the people that like I play games with, like, for fun outside of work. You know, guys that have real jobs and aren't YouTubers, but are like, you know, they're good people. And yeah, I think like it'd be good to get them involved. You know, I think you'd get like a more like natural look of what the like our sort of like role playing is like. As it's like it feels like, you know, like every group that you play with is like very, very different, and just like the people, how they act to stuff, the kind of game that they want. Like your group dynamic really is like a big thing. And yeah, so getting some of those guys in, like because Harry comes and plays with us sometimes, and also like he comes and drinks with us all the time. He's like one of the boys now. But yeah, so man, maybe some like role play stuff, some more gaming, some live action stuff. I don't know, maybe going places, learning to ride a horse. It's got like, for some reason, I was like, just got into my head like I wanted to learn to ride a horse the other day, and maybe I will do a video of going and learning to ride a horse. Or not learning to ride a horse, going and having a single horse riding lesson, which I imagine would be awful, but maybe that'd be funny. Maybe like live action stuff would be good. Like, you know, I'd dress up as a cowboy. It would all be pretty awkward. I'm fairly shameless, so I don't mind. Don't mind looking like a bit of a fool. Well, I think, you know, it's more, I like to think I've got some humility. Like, you know, I don't mind if people laugh at me too much. And is that the right term? Maybe. Who knows? So here, like, we're just placing like little houses down. I'm just moving on, just zooming around. Yeah, just getting like the small houses, because like the big houses were too big to like fit in a lot of areas. And we're just kind of, it's looking cool. We're just trying to like fill in the gaps. Just get some bits around. Oh, we almost selected the town sign. Okay, so we find that like, okay, we've got these like dispenser things, collectors, dispensers, and was just like, oh man, yeah, these would be great, you know, just be able to put them around, because they look a bit industrial. They're like just like a nice different shape. Do we manage to get one in there? Oh, it doesn't really work. But I think this is the point when we work out that you can actually like put these over the tracks, and that I imagine at some point they're going to be right now, because there's only passenger carriages, but they're going to add like, I don't know, ore carriages, grain, I don't know, whatever they're keeping in these guys. Something like that. And that, yeah, so there's going to be like carriages for people for like different things, so you can do like different kinds of trains. Oh, I thought we were going to place it like too close then. Not that would have been too bad. I know at some point we like smashed one into the roof of a house. Oh, I think it's literally that one. Yeah, it's like the big silo house. I thought that I like that. You know, the more stuff that you can clip into each other, the better. You know, it allows you to like make different shapes. Okay, that's all looking pretty good. I'm into that. Oh man, I've got a bit of a runny nose. I'm so sorry. It's going to be like snot ASMR. I imagine that's the thing. I bet someone does that. Ugh. Yeah. There we go. I just had a tissue and just gave it a little wipe. So yeah, we've got like all the industry stuff coming in, kind of like smashing around, just to help like make it look a little bit different to like what the other stuff was looking like. And I think it kind of like sort of works. You know, like the other place had like fields and farms. The Cliff Town had lots of like little parks and benches and seating areas. And this place has loads of these guys. So just so they're instantly more recognizable as like different kind of areas, just different things going on. Which you know, it's kind of what I was talking about earlier. You know, I like kind of like the different sort of like theme zones. Oh, it's cool. So I think we're gonna put a few like little trees in. Man, the fairy trees look great at night, don't they? Like glowing like that. Like stuff at nighttime always looks like really good. The lighting effects is just awesome. I was like kind of it was a pain to like play it, but like City Skylines always looked just so cool at night. I was really liked that. Or SimCity. Man, I kind of like I want to play SimCity again. The 2015, was it 2015? Or was it older? 2013? Jesus, I don't know. 2014? Well, I don't know. That one, the EA SimCity that everyone hated. But I gotta say, man, I loved it. I thought it was really good. Like there were problems, but I just played that game so much, just ridiculous amounts. And you know what? I didn't mind its shortcomings. And when they added the Cities of Tomorrow, that was like the best expansion to a game like I've ever played. Like, well, maybe not ever played, but had played in such a long time. Like, it was a game that I was loving already. And when that expansion came out, it was just like everything I could have ever wanted to like make that game better. It was just like so fucking cool. Like really like reinvigorated it. And so maybe doing like an old school playthrough of that, maybe that would be fun. Once again, I need to kind of go back and like relearn how to actually play it, but I kind of think that'd be all right. It'd be sort of entertaining, or at least it'd be entertaining for me. Like maybe everyone else would hate it because it's super dumb and is not City Skylines, which is like, I appreciate City Skylines is like a better game, and you could do so much more with it, but like, man, Cities of Tomorrow really like did it for me. Building like the proper like mega towers, you could really like make a place horrible. If they just added like sort of like future tech stuff into like City Skylines and like those proper like mega towers, like the really big ones, that would be amazing. Just so good. Also like the tilt shift on it looked amazing, like really cool. So it looks like I'm kind of like putting greenery in, and it turns out that you can only place it on like certain layers. Like I kind of wanted to weave it all in like ivy, but it only has these like half block like increments that you can place it at, and so I like put like a little bit in, and then I get a bit sick of it because it doesn't really look great. It's like a little bit dumb. Like, yeah, I think I got about this far and I'm like, not sure if I really want too much more of this greenery. Like, in some like little patches it's fine, but generally it doesn't really have like the look I'm going for. And so I kind of like have a little browse around, see if there's anything else that I might fancy. And then we decide to place blocks. And we place a lot of fucking blocks. I'm just putting it out there now. It takes us a while to get into the rhythm of placing block towers. Oh, no, that was a station. But we get there. And so I kind of wanted to look a bit like, you know, there's been like avalanches everywhere or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I think like at the time this area wasn't turning out how I was like imagining it at first, and so I thought, you know, pal, just add a whole load of these and just hope for the best. Also, creators, if you're watching, holy shit! Like, please let it. If you just hold down Shift or something, you can place multiples of a single item. Like, the weird mishmash of like things that you can place multiples of, things that you can't play multiples of. It's a bit like frustrating. Like, or just have it that you can just place multiples of everything and just right click and you stop placing them, like you do with the random houses or bushes. I think just would be really good. It's just like this, like a tiny quality of life thing. I would be all about that. So like I do like the physics on these. They do like smash around. Like we were playing a game of Jenga the other day. Like we've actually a couple of times in the last like, I don't know, month. We were getting into Jenga. I like to fancy myself as a pretty savvy Jenga player. I think I've got like, you know, can focus into like having a steady hand, and like I'm pretty good at balancing things. Yeah, like sometimes people know like if I've been in like a certain room in the office or had to like do something at their desk, because like there'll be little piles of things. So I like to balance for fun. You know, got to keep your practice in. I don't know, fuck. Like, I'm just going absolutely mad now. Just block placing. It's kind of fun. Like, but if you could just have like a hose pipe just spraying these blocks down, rather than having to like click, like, you know, open the menu, select block tower, place block tower, open the menu, select block tower, place block tower. Like, so much stuff. Like a bit of a pain, but here we go. We're getting into our stride now. The muscle memory's kicking in just about, and we're able to really throw down a huge quantity of blocks very quickly. Every now and again they explode out everywhere, but that's fine. I don't mind that, because it's not supposed to be like too well placed. Holy shit! Like we've got a lot of blocks down now, but apparently it's not enough. We need more blocks for the block god, and we are really just going for it. I think because we want like big mountains of it, just like zooming around. There we go. Every now and again, one of the block towers doesn't actually fall over. Oh, we've got like the little boxes now. So I think we'd like place a few of these, but we get bored pretty quickly because they're much smaller and like it's like lower impact. You know, it's not as exciting to get these guys in there. Like it's good to have like the different textures, but it's just a bit of a pain like actually just placing them. So yeah, I think we're back to just like regular block towers. Now we are like really creating like some problems on the tracks. Like that, there is like some super like avalanche. This is like a Thomas the Tank Engine story right here, like an avalanche on the tracks. Who's gonna go out and save the day? That's right, motherfucking Thomas. He always does the business, or generally. It sometimes happens. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Thomas the Tank Engine. Well, I did watch this like a YouTube video. It was called like Warehouse 17 or something, which was like, oh, it was like just good enough that it was like a fun idea, but it basically merges like weird sci-fi Nazis and Thomas the Tank Engine, and is done in, it's quite cool, quite like a nice way that it's like put together. Have a look for it if you like Thomas the Tank Engine and weird sci-fi like pulp Nazi stuff. Bam, maybe this is for you. Maybe you'll be able to get into this. But yeah, it was kind of good. I think that's the last time I saw anything properly Thomas the Tank Engine that wasn't like a Thomas the Tank 50 Cent mashup video. Yeah, those guys. But actually like legit Thomas the Tank. But man, I loved it as a kid. I was really into Thomas the Tank when I was younger. Like super young. Then it became He-Man, and I was like super into He-Man for a while. And then comics, I guess. And then maybe just like Warhammer. I think that's sort of like my transitional stage. Is that right? Transitioning from being a young boy to a slightly other aged young boy. Okay, so it looks like we are finally happy with placing blocks over in that area, which is about time. And we now are trying to get over to there, but I panic because I realise I haven't placed a track that allows me to turn into that part. I've made a mistake. And so we are kind of trying to remember where, like, how do we turn around? We do have this system in place somewhere, but not 100% certain. And so we're going for like a little jaunt through Clifftown at night, and like it looks pretty good. Like the lighting effects in this game are really, really, really sweet. Like it's all quite like soft lighting. There's some like nice shadows, the little lights of the train. Here we go to like the desolate back area. So we are 100% truly pretty lost right now. Like we are just zooming around back in the exact same places that we were. And yeah, just go up this hill. So I think, where are we? Okay, yeah, so we're by the lighthouse and like the chapel. I think we can turn around by here. I don't know, we kind of just blunder our way around up here until eventually we seem to be back in the right kind of area. Okay, here we go. Right, we're going back down the way we came. And now I think this works. Oh yeah, because we have to go the other way round. Don't miss the turning. Oh, thank God. And yeah, here we go. So now we're on our way to, the Lost Valley of the Dinosaurs, or Block Valley, Avalanche Valley, something like that. We're slowing down a bit because normally we just blaze through these areas like at super high speed. And here we go. So we come around. There's like the little platform. Man, this whole area needs like so much more work. But I think I was running out of steam a little bit. And then we come up like the big thing. Like how cool would it be if there were just like little shop fronts and stuff in all of these walls? You just want like little windows and stuff. Just poking out like beams of light. So it really looks kind of like a, I don't know, dwarven cavern with people living in the walls and stuff like that. They're in the goddamn walls. Oh, and so now I guess we found Avalanche Valley. We really, really have to like plow through this. I think it'll take a good few journeys to be able to move all of these blocks into like positions where they're not going to be blocking the tracks. Maybe that's why they are called blocks, because they're blocking the tracks. My God. And yeah, we get to like smash across. And there we go, look at that. Like with the proper like sort of like blur and distance stuff on. I think it's kind of cool. It's a weird one. I don't think it's like the best build, but it's certainly a build, and it's our build. So I think it kind of worked. And it certainly is fun to push through all of these blocks and like just smash them off the tracks so they can go somewhere. We get to go underneath our little plumco things. Oh no, we're just like pushing this one straight along the track. Blammo. It's good that like, I'm glad the physics in this, they do like pop through and it doesn't like just explode the game when two things just try and jank into each other too hard. Oh man. There we go. We had a little trip through our place. It's all very nice. And I kind of think we're about done here. It looks an absolute mess. And unfortunately, we're never going to see it again because like I said, with our computer, the computer getting busted, yeah, all the track saves are gone. So all of this town has disappeared. So maybe we'll do more tracks. If you guys really want to see more tracks, we might be able to start something else again. But we've had like this whole place has been so cursed that it might be time to wrap up tracks for a bit and like maybe do some like other train games. I think like there's something just really relaxing about train stuff that we could just go for. Well, until next time, everybody. See ya.